So we are going to discuss problem number 12 from section 3.3. What we have here is a cubic function, and I gave you two zeros already. I want you to find the whole function with another information that's given to you. So in order to find my answer, clearly I want to find all my zeros. As you know that complex numbers appear in pairs, so having 3i plus 4, I must have another zero of my function, which is negative 3i plus 4. Because it's a cubic function, there's really it's not necessary to discuss the multiplicity because it must be 1, 1, and 1. And by the way, the multiplicity of a pair of complex conjugate number must be identical. So if this order 2, that's multiplicity 2. If it's multiplicity 4, that means multiplicity 4. Okay, just saying. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to put together my function, which clearly is f of x, which is x minus negative 5, x minus 3i plus 4, and then x minus negative 3i plus 4. And to make it clear, I do have a coefficient in the front that I need to decide. The last thing for me to do is to identify what exactly the a is supposed to be, and then I have this extra information given to me so I can work it out. Well, to make my calculation easy, it's a very good idea to combine those two terms so that I don't need to deal with imaginary numbers. So if you rewrite those two terms, it's x minus 4 minus 3i multiplied by x minus 4 plus 3i, where you have your real part, where you have imaginary part. So clearly they are conjugate numbers. So the multiplication of those two terms is equivalent to x minus 4 squared plus 3 squared. So my whole problem is equivalent to f of x over a times x plus 5. And don't forget, this whole thing is multiplied to your previous structure. So you want to make sure you tell everybody this is one thing. So you want to have a parenthesis to hold them together instead of saying my problem is that, which will be understood it's one times another times the third part, whatever that is, and add a 9 to it, which is not what you meant. So make sure you group them together so it's a factor of your original problem. If you want to make your life a little bit easier, what you could have done is you could have simplified this out, which is 16 plus 9, which is 25. And then this is your f of x. Then all you need to do is to make sure the a is chosen wisely, such that the whole thing would make sense. So you have negative 8 squared, don't forget to parentheses, minus 8, negative 8, plus 25, and it's supposed to be, let's see, it's supposed to be negative 7. So we end up with a, we end up with negative 3 here, we end up with 64, another 64, a 25, and negative 7. So this is 128 with 25. So it's negative a times 3 times 153, which is negative 7. You can get rid of negative from both sides to end up with 7 divided by 459. Hence, to put everything back together, my final answer is 7 over 459 multiplied by x plus 5, multiply one more time. Don't forget, once you multiply the conjugate terms together, it's representing one term. Okay, so don't forget your parentheses. So this is supposed to be my final answer.